Hello, I'm Tiffany Dugan, and this is Mod 7, the Human Resource Frame. So we watched the video, The Human Resources Frame of Leadership. It's based on Bowman and Deal from 2013. And these are the keys that I took away from the video. They talked a lot at the beginning about how it was based on the organization as a family and the importance of the needs of the individual being met, as well as the needs of the organization. So that's kind of a flip when you think about how the organization should always come first. Here we're thinking about how the needs of the individual also need to be met. And so they talked about how an organization cannot be successful if the individuals within the organization are not also successful. So those needs have to be aligned. And in order for those to be aligned, you would have successful people and a successful organization. They kind of go hand in hand. So I thought that was very interesting. I took away too that in this organization, all members would feel valued. They promoted open decision making, and there was a huge focus on the skills, attitudes, and teamwork. I'm sorry, on skills, attitudes, teamwork, and communications. It sounded a lot to me like the democratic style of leadership, where everybody in the organization was involved in the planning and the decision making, which is going to help the people of that organization meet their needs. Finally, another takeaway that I found was that the leader is both a servant and a catalyst. So there's those two roles that need to be filled. So basically, the leader is working to meet the needs of the people in the organization, but also the catalyst to move the organization forward. So those are kind of two roles that a leader plays in this framework of human resources. So when I was thinking about the human resources in my ideal situation, I thought about it like a pyramid. So at the top, we have the students, and at the bottom, we have the principal. And in the way I thought about this was that the students are at the top of the pyramid because everybody below is working in some way to support our end goal of the students at the top. So they kind of form a basis of support for the students who are at the top of the pyramid. Now, as I go through these, I'm going to start at the bottom. So my number 5 on the pyramid was the principal, because I feel like you have to have a strong leadership in order to be able to support that many people. As I flip back to the pyramid, you've got all these amount of people needing leadership, needing to feel valued, needing to feel like they are part of a goal and working to do something important. And I feel like a strong principal will be able to do that. So the principal is going to form the base of this pyramid to support all the other people in this organization. I chose for the next rung up to be custodians, cooks, maintenance personnel, and office staff. I really thought of them as like meeting Maslow's needs in an organization, in a school especially, because this is what makes our school a safe place to be. Our children are fed, our children are safe, our environment is clean and welcoming. And I feel like all of that is important. That has to be there before the students can learn. So I felt that they would be the next rung up on the pyramid. I felt like it would be a huge part of making our school feel safe and meet those Maslow's needs so that we can move higher up on the pyramid. I feel like the custodians, the cooks, and the maintenance personnel all do this, but then the office staff as well, just because they are the first. The first people are community meet when they come into our building. So they are super important for setting up that the safety and the face of our organization. The next rung on our pyramid, I chose the community and the alumni. I kind of put them on the next rung. And I see these as a smaller rung than the cooks and the custodians. But they do touch students more. So as we get higher, they're going to touch the students a little bit more. And these are ones that can either come into our school and give support at the school. For example, at my school, we have after school programs, and we have um, um, program like Boys and Girls Club, those sorts of things that come into our building and help the students. Then we also have programs that go to the school or to the homes to give the students coats and hats and gloves and support in the home. So I feel like this is where the community and the alumni would come in. And as a principal, you would need to be talking to these folks as well, even though they don't actually work for you, but that they need to understand that students are our number one end goal. Their success and their education is our number one priority. On the second rung of my pyramid are teachers, paraprofessionals, and parents. I put these all three together because they are the ones who touch the students the most. And again, on my pyramid, those students are our end goal. So these three groups of people touch the students the most, and so they have got to be online with our ideals. So they need to know that our students are first, and how are we going to use data, and how are we going to use it to drive what we're doing in the school, and how do we know when a student has learned something, and what do we do when they don't. And I feel like it's important for teachers to be here. I think as teachers we're already there, but I do think paraprofessionals and parents need to be on this rung too, because they need to know what the teachers are looking at and what we're doing when things aren't working and what we do when they are working. And so I think it's vital that teachers, but also paraprofessionals and parents should be in this group as well. And then finally, I have students. Our students are our number one goal. And I feel like this pyramid that I've set up, everybody in this pyramid needs to know that our students are our end goal. They're the reason we are at school. Their emotional support, their academic support, they're the reasons that we come to the building in the morning. So I want my pyramid to form a base of support for all students in the building, not just some of them, but for all the students in the building. So that would be my framework of human resources. And then I just have the resource of the video. Thank you very much.